don't forget that the Metal Gear Solid 4 theme Survive has started today, and it's going to last for 2 weeks. And this video will not cover it, but I just want to make that a point. That way people will just go and find that video when I finally make that tomorrow. And you will have the chance to get the Raiden suit and the Haven Soldier suit, both for the male and the female, respectively, along with some new nameplates and some new gestures. So, hope you guys enjoy it. The event is not too hard, but it did add some interesting things. Hello everybody, this is GamePro24X, covering this week's update patch notes for Metal Gear Survive. So let's go through each column one by one, and after each column I'll show you guys video demonstration of what that column specified. So let's start with Salvage Missions. So in extreme difficulty, they added something called a final wave that triggers after reaching S rank. If you complete this, it counts as an S plus ranking, and you get additional rewards for achieving S plus. I do not know what happens if you do not beat this final wave, but it seems that you just get extra rewards if you can beat it, but if you can't, I think you can just still walk away with the S rank. They also reduced the minimum level for you to play extreme mode, which is 69. So that means you cannot enter extreme mode unless you're level 69. So in some ways that's good and bad, but I would say overall I think it might be better, because at least the only people that are playing that mission type are people that are fully leveled and hopefully know what they're doing. Along with fixing a bug where a player's score and rescue mission wouldn't be properly saved. So you can achieve an S rank at 773,500 Iris energy, which can easily be done at wave 3 if you guys have been on the drill and speeding it up properly. And once that happens, you'll get a message saying that the final wave is starting, and there'll be a bunch of wormholes all around, and it will last for 3 whole minutes, and this is basically just the entire force of the enemy just trying to get you at once. Once the drill starts, it's automatically sped up, so you don't have to do anything else but defend it. And if you look in the rewards screen, you'll see 2 items that are highlighted in bright orange. Those are the rewards that you earn for completing it with an S plus ranking. But also you earn additional battle points for doing this as well. So overall, they made extreme mode even better, and they made it even more rewarding, which you can end up walking out with 2 epic weapons or 2 epic items. And on top of that, more BP, so that's always great. Thank you, Konami. On to the next column for dispatch missions. It seems that they have now reordered and categorized all of the missions in the exploration menu. So that is really nice, and you guys will see that in a bit. They also added a new feature where if you are selecting a mission, you can actually go into your menus and actually start organizing your team right there, instead of having to back all the way out, organize your team first, then select the mission. So it may not sound like a whole lot, but that little additional detail really does make things flow a little bit easier. And on top of that, they also allowed you to heal your team members. Instead of you having to walk back to Virgil and having to heal them there, you can do it right there at the exploration team tent. So here's what I was talking about earlier. Now every single tab has its own individual missions. And I didn't even know this, but these Singularity missions were actually weekly missions. So you would complete all of them, and you're done for the whole week, and then next week you can do it again. So that's really nice. I did not know that, and the game did not even tell us this until now. So that's good to know. I thought it was like, oh, once you complete it, that's it. You're done forever. But no, it's a weekly thing. So that's nice. There's also daily missions that you can do. I find it a little ironic that some of the daily missions require a few days to complete, but I would say if there happens to be a daily mission that you want to do, then, you know, you can just do that and wait for it. But if you press square, you'll be able to access a sub-menu, and that is where you can like treat your team, you can organize your team, you can do all that while you're here in the deployment menu. So there's also an additional menu tab for the animals. So, you know, there you go. That's all nice and organized. And last but not least, the regular materials section is also here as well. And depending on what your rank is, you'll have more missions to do. So the highest I can get my team is up to a B. So once you get a B rank, you have 3 additional missions here for the animals, which is, you know, the rare animals like Anubis and Jehudi, along with 1 additional weekly mission. And this one is actually interesting. It gives you material cases, both purple and an epic case. So that's really nice, and it looks like you can do 3 of them. So you can do 3 of these every single week, along with all your weeklies and all your dailies. So it's just another way for you to actually earn more stuff, which is really, really nice. I do not know what the rest of it entails if you have an A or an S, but I will find out about it, and I will make a separate video fully detailing everything about the exploration unit. But what I can tell you is that they did make everything a lot more organized and a lot more cleaner. So hopefully some of you may actually want to take advantage of that and maybe gather a few extra things here and there. Now the final column, the miscellaneous column, is by far the absolute best thing, and probably the one of the things you should be hype about for this entire update. Well, at least for me it was. So they added an option to change the number of items crafted in the converted materials. What does that mean? That means we can now bulk build materials. Yes, you heard it right here. We can now finally bulk build convert materials. It looks like they also added a consecutive craft. So essentially, before you would just craft one item and it would force you out and you have to hit A or X to select it and then craft it again. So you couldn't consecutively hold down the button and craft it. Now you can. On top of that, they added new recipes to the converted materials section, which I will show in a bit. And they also increased the epic weapon and the epic armor or gear equipment by +10. So, you know, for those of you who have a lot of those things, you can now upgrade your weaponry a lot further. And they also just fixed some other issues that they never really entail, but oh well. So while I was on stream, I was practically losing my shit when I saw this. But yes, now you can press square and you can change the recipe. So it'll either go from stacks of 1 to 10 to 100. So now we can bulk build stuff like screws. And if you've played this game long enough, the 2 materials that you're going to cap out the quickest are wood and iron. And of course, iron is used for many things for converting, like steel or screws. And you will need a lot of this stuff early game. But yes, I'm showing a quick demonstration of how it looked like before. But now you can actually just hold down the button and it'll keep on crafting. Instead of before, where you only craft 1 at a time. Yes, 1 item at a time, and you had to keep doing that over and over. Very tedious and very annoying. They also added some blue materials for you to craft. Not a whole lot, but hey, it's more things for us to actually do. Something else that I did not notice, but it appears that they also added 2 separate sets of recipes for the soup. They added 3 sets for the clean bottle variety and the canteen variety. And as you can see, the bigger the recipe, the more stuff you get. So you can end up crafting 200 wild ass soup if you have 200 pieces of meat and 75 canteens of water. So, or sorry, 100 canteens of water, which I know that sounds a little ridiculous, but now that we can actually bulk build a lot of screws, you can definitely convert a lot of your iron into screws or whatever you want, because you will cap out on iron really quick. And basically, again, once you've played this game long enough, you'll realize that you'll have way more iron than you know what to do with. Finally, we have a reason to dump all this iron into. So thank you, Konami. I have been asking for this change for so long, but now we finally got it, and I can't be any happier. So I would say for anyone who's kind of on the fence of playing this game, this is one of the things that really did stop a lot of people from playing. Maybe not stop per se, but it is something that could have helped you early on if you could have just converted a lot of this iron into most of these materials. So I would say now is as good as time as ever to actually start up your survive career if you're really interested, because now grinding for these materials has never been any easier. I cannot stress that enough. So once again, thank you, Konami, for giving us bulk materials and for letting us consecutively craft these stupid things. So thank you so much for that. I see it.
There it is.
Oh, nice. It's a fucking gecko. Under the weekly tab, you will play the Fallen Village, and this is where we get to play the Metal Gear Solid 4 event. And during this event only, we'll actually be able to fight the new enemy types, which is a gecko from Metal Gear Solid 4. And I actually have to give Konami props for this. They really did feature every little thing that they do, like in 4. So for those of you who are not very known of them, the best way to beat them in 4 is that you shoot them in the leg, they'll fall on their knee, and their weak spot is at the very top of their head. So you can shoot the other leg that makes them fall down, and you can have a clear shot at the very top part of their head. So do the same thing and survive with melee weapons, and they'll fall on their knee. but you can also destroy the weapons that they have. That way they're not much of a threat at range because they will shoot at you. So be careful with that. But yeah, just melee them and have some fun with it. These are some pretty interesting enemies. And they do fight the same way. They do like a leg sweep. They do like a lunge with their leg. They also even do the charge attack. And they'll also jump around too. So these guys, I mean, don't underestimate them. Like, I know they make it look easy, but don't underestimate them. Because in Metal Gear Solid 4, they were feared for a reason.
Yeah,
so, you know, don't take it very lightly here in Survive. During Extreme Mode, you will actually encounter a different variant of the gecko, which is called the Poisonous Gecko. And this one, once he crouches down on the floor, he'll actually shoot poison gas at you. And you'll get the poisoned effect. And to be honest, the poison effect, not a lot of players have actually even contracted that effect by playing this game naturally. You can only get it from being attacked by the spiders, and they will be able to poison you. And, well, that doesn't really happen too often. But with this thing will definitely poison you, and it will eat at your health. So be very, very careful when fighting this on Extreme. But he acts the same exact way as the normal geckos. But yeah, just be very wary of that. So be sure to bring some, like, antidotes or serums. I don't even know what it's called, but there is a healing item that you can bring that will cure this status ailment off of you. So yeah, it will eat at your health, so you will need to be careful with it. But as you can see on my head, you can definitely tell I am poisoned. And since I use the medic and I have that healing boost, it's not going to help because this thing will eat at my health gradually, taking away the healing boost. So be wary of that. Last but not least, if you are playing in this special event in the Fallen Village, if you summon the tactical heavy weapon, you get the big boy himself, Metal Gear Rex. And what is really, really cool about Rex is that if you go into the first-person view, you can actually fire his machine guns, so you can partially control Rex. He will still shoot his missiles and stuff while you're not really doing anything, but you can at least definitely affect where you're going to prioritize your targets for a short amount of time. So already off the bat, Rex is already way better than Ray. He's way better than the Shagohod by a long shot because you can personally control what you can somewhat do with him. So again, I have to give Konami props. This was actually a pretty good model that they did of him, and it was just really nice how they implemented him. They didn't just do the whole copy and paste, oh, you just summon him, he'll just attack. No, they went a little bit step further and be like, okay, we'll let you pilot him, but you'll only be able to control where he shoots. So again, thank you, Konami. What a very interesting little thing that they did for this game. And I'm a little surprised that they're slowly starting to add some things of substance to the game and some quality of life changes. So I hope you guys over at Konami are actually continuing that and you still keep giving us some good content. And I will always be covering that and giving you guys my thoughts and opinions about it. But that is about it for this week's Metal Gear Survive patch update review. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Look forward to my event breakdown video, and you'll be able to see what you can earn from it and how to really do it and all that stuff. But yeah, this is GamePro24X. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.